Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm here at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. This is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night.
Get him in your lineups. Get him in there, and let's go get this money.
Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300.
Yo, what's up? What's happening? This is the big home of the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we will be breaking down tonight's 10-game MLB slate. I believe everything kicks off at 7:05, something to that effect. We are now live on YouTube as well as on Periscope. I think you can get to the Periscope on Twitter. I'm not exactly sure, man. It's a new stream that we're trying to do just to broaden the base, man. Bill Butlicker in the house. What's happening, big homie? I miss your NBA content. Thank you, bro. Miss y'all. Darius Robinson's in the spot. Anthony Johnson Jr. What's happening, man? So we're gonna chop up today's MLB slate. A lot of stuff to go over. I'm gonna preface everything. Just give you a quick look. Like I said, man, we've got 10 games on deck. Let's take a look at. We're gonna look at the whole week, okay? Because today, like I said, we got 10 games, and then on the first, May 1st. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9, 10, 12, we have a million games on the first. See, this is why I love MLB, bro. There's so many games. Like, so we got a completely full week of MLB, man. Some pretty good series, actually. There should be some high scoring weeks. Everything should be good to go. So I'm really looking forward to jumping this thing, man. Yo, shout out to the homie Paul Harless Jr. in the spot. DLN Sports, man. Yo, y'all go check out the cash line, man. Really solid cat. Always doing some good stuff over there. So let us go ahead, jump into it. And today's show, this is pretty much about the pitching. We're looking, finding, kind of laying down our pitcher pool, our pool of pitchers that we really like. And we're going to take that stuff, bottle it up, and go inside of the DFS Sweatshop VIP on Facebook. And there we can discuss our batter stats. Because I don't care what anyone says, bro. We can talk about what batters we like all day long, but until the actual batting orders come out, there's really no, hardcore way of knowing who you're gonna play, who you like, and why you're gonna play the guys you want. Now, I am a big fan of stacking it up. I love to do that. I like to go 4 deep on FanDuel, 5 deep in stacks on DraftKings. That's how I do it. Some of you may play differently, but that's the way I'm rocking. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. And we go game by game, just to take a look at the game, the conditions and everything. First game we've got on this 10-game slate is going to be the Colorado Rockies going to Chicago. Now, the good thing about this is, people are going to see the Rockies on the slate, and they're going to see that they're not at Coarse and be like, damn, they're not going to want to play them a lot. But if you've got Wrigley Field, which is a very solid park for hitting, and you add to that a 14-mile-per-hour wind, this could be a really nice spot. I can tell you right now, I'm not liking pitching at all from this game on the Colorado side or on the Chicago Cubs side. So I will be looking to get some bats here. Paul Harless says the wind. The homie is in Chicago actually right now. He says 16 miles per hour are blowing out of Wrigley. So we ain't even worrying about the pitching here. So, but if you want to take a look at the pitching here, you've got Kyle Freeland. And you got John Lester, both left-handed guys. There's gonna be a ton of nice righty-lefty matchups here. I wouldn't say, oh man, go all in and attack on certain pitchers and stack. I wouldn't say all that, but I can guarantee there's 4 or 5 bats across both teams that I would not mind playing at all, especially with the return of Chris Bryant. Next game we got is going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates going to Washington to take on the Nationals. Man, we got the Nats in Nationals Park. Very solid place to hit. James Taillon at 8.1, Tanner Roark at 7.7. Roark kind of let me down last time out. The Pirates have not been like killing it recently. Let's take a look at the Pirates on the road versus righties, man. And this is very important as we chop up our information. You got now with no Josh Harrison. I believe Josh Harrison is still out. The guy that kind of set the table for him, leading off a lot. You got on the road versus righties, man, a 24.2% K rate, only a 132 ISO, and the team WOBA, man, is down to 273. And I think at home with the Nats waking up, the Nats bats waking up and them trying to play a little bit better over the last few games. You look at Tanner Roark, man. I think this is a really nice bounce back spot for him. At 7.7, I would have a major issue with him here. 8.1 against San Fran, 20 against the Mets, 15 against Colorado, 13 against the Mets here. I kind of like Roark at 7.7. I think he's in play. I'm gonna mark him down as a play for me. Taillon on the other side at 8.1, very solid pitcher. It's just for me, with Trey Turner, Zimmerman, Bryce Harper, Howie Kendrick, who's been hitting well. I don't love this, and we can take a look at the Nats at home versus righties to see how well they've been playing recently. 21.5% K rate, only a 131 ISO, but see, and this is misleading. This is where the numbers get you, because you might look at me and say, well, damn, if you like Pittsburgh, if you didn't like Pittsburgh on the road versus righties in a 20th ranked spot, why would you want to play? If you like Tanner Roark, why wouldn't you want to play Taillon in the same spot? Well, the key component to this is the K rate isn't as high as I want it to be. The K rate is only 21.5%. So that kind of takes me off of Taillon. Plus he's 8.1K. Now the WOBA is above 300. This isn't a great WOBA, 301, but it's still above 300. The other teams, the Pittsburgh was well below 273. So that's why I would play Roark and not Taillon. Plus you add to the fact that the Nats are at home. That's going to make him a lot better, a more attractive play for me. And I think I can play a couple of the Nats bats, especially Bryce Harper, or with the lefty power against a right-hand pitcher. Next game we got is going to be the Kansas City Royals going to Boston, going to Fenway to take on the Red Sox, who are actually the hottest team in baseball. Shout out to Stokey Love. Shout out to Bagley, the homie David Russell. Good to see you all up in the spot, man. Love to see y'all. Jason Hamill at 5.2. Eduardo Rodriguez at 7.6. We are in Fenway. I think the last few games we've seen the Red Sox, they were on the road. They're coming home now. Let's take a look at the Sox at the crib versus right-handed pitching, and you're going to see him right here, man. Look at this. 17% K rate. This team does not strike out. A 213 WOBA. 213 ISO. That means they hit the ball hard and far. A 396 WOBA, which I think is the best in this situation. That's going to easily tell you the Red Sox, they should be chalk. You can fire them up, play any amount of them that you want. The Red Sox stack is definitely going to be fire. What that does, if you get Eduardo Rodriguez in a game that you pretty much feel like he is going to win, on FanDuel, I would say Edward Rodriguez is in play. However, on DraftKings, I'm looking for more than the win. I want some Ks. And so we look at the Kansas City Royals on the road versus lefties and see how they've been looking so far to the start of the season. Where we at? Not bad, bro. Against lefties. 21.2% K rate, 176 ISO with a 307 WOBA. And that Rodriguez from being like a plug and play pitcher for me. You know what I mean? Like, see, where people might want to play Rodriguez, I could pay up 100 and play Roark and differentiate myself, right? Like I always tell you, I would much rather play a good pitcher in a bad matchup than a bad pitcher in a good matchup. Okay? And this is like, and Eduardo Rodriguez is not a pitcher that's not very great. He's good, but he's not very great. So I could play some of the Kansas City bats here. Jason Hamill completely is out of play for me, but I love Boston. They're a front runner as the stack of the day. I'm gonna post a graphic on Twitter after the show, and I want you guys to go to my Twitter page and vote on that one. But in this game, you've got a mostly cloudy, 69% humidity, 3-mile-per-hour wind. It's 51 degrees and a 18% chance of light rain. So we want to stay close to this game and make sure this game plays without any incident. Next game we got is going to be the Milwaukee Brewers going to Cincinnati. This is Great American Small Park, and you got Ulyss Chassin and Brandon Finnegan. I'm telling you, this could be a spot where we see the ball just get up out of there, man. There is a 1% chance of very light rain, a 41 dew point, 71 degrees, 35% humidity with 5-mile-per-hour wind. Love a lot of the right-handed power bats that are going to come out against Finnegan here at 5.4. I don't love Chassin. I do love some of the lefty power bats from Cincinnati. That should be good. Like guys like Joey Votto. I think Scott Schebler at 3.9 are guys that we could see and use. So Cincinnati is looking pretty good to me right now. Let's take a look at what they do at home versus right-handers. Because Cincinnati, the bats in Cincinnati have woken up a few. They had a couple of good games recently. Okay, 23.5% K rate, pretty high. 118 ISO with a 292 WOBA. So this means I wouldn't like full on stack it, but if I can find some pieces that I do like, I can play them. We look at Milwaukee on the road versus left-handed pitching, and you would think that the Brewers would be a really solid lefty-righty hitting team, and that just hasn't been the case, man. 15.9% K rate, 130 ISO, 284 WOBA. Wouldn't really think to play either of these pitchers. If I had to choose one, I might play Chassin just because I've seen him pitch well before. But I don't. To me, I think this is a game, one of those game stack joints, man. 15, 23 in his last 2 starts, hasn't been bad. Hasn't gotten completely blown all the way up for negative points at all this season. It's just in such a small park that is so favorable to hitters, and you got him against Joey Votto. It's going to be tough for me to play a pitcher here in this game. Next game we got is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays going to Detroit, man. They're in Comerica, a pretty neutral park in terms of hitting. We got Faria at 7.2, Jordan Zimmerman at 4.4. Having a look at Faria, man, I really thought that he was going to kill it against Baltimore. Like, that was a spot where he was supposed to really, really give it to him. And he ended up coming out with 7.5 DraftKings points. Now, we saw him get hit all the way up by Boston in his second start of the season, and since then against Philadelphia and Texas, 2 formidable offenses, he posted pretty good numbers. I think he could get back to that against the Detroit Tigers. We take a look at the Tigers and what they've been doing at the crib versus righties. Let's have a look. Ooh, man. Ooh, Okay, see? Now see, this is the shit you got to read right here, because we're seeing a 23% K rate. Team strikes out a lot. We're seeing a 188 ISO with a 332 WOBA. If this WOBA number was higher, like 340, 350, like that, there would be a no-brainer. Excuse me. Since this WOBA is 340, 199 ISO, 346 WOBA, and a 16% K rate in 394 at bats. I am not touching Faria. I'm not. Look at this. At home against righties, the Detroit Tigers have been killing it. This is crazy. 346, 199 ISO with a 16.2% K rate. Let me write this. I'm writing them down. Boston and Detroit are teams that I really want to take a look at. A closer look. That is kill, bro. Detroit at home has been raking. They've been raking it up. Jordan Zimmerman. I see that. That kind of puts Jordan Zimmerman on my mind, because if I can pay down 4.4 for Jordan Zimmerman in a game that he's probably going to win, or like on DraftKings as a starting pitcher too, like that could be like a really, really sneaky play. That could be, ooh, man, that might be something to consider. But we're talking about that, because I initially liked Faria. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play Faria. Yeah, Detroit hasn't been that great, and then you look and know they've been fucking killing it over the last few games, especially. Tampa has not been bad at all. We look at them on the road versus righties. Here we are. 18.9% K rate. Haven't been striking out a lot. 124 ISO, 333 WOBA. They haven't been hitting the ball very hard and far, but they've been getting on base. 333 is not bad at all. I wouldn't have an issue playing a couple of the Tampa bats, but no pitchers. If I was going to play a pitcher, I would go for the straight gamble, because I guarantee you Jordan Zimmerman is going to be less than 1% owned at 4.4. I guarantee he's going to be less than 1% owned. If that dude goes out, is Detroit a hitter's park? It is a. I wouldn't say it's a hitter's park. I would say it's a neutral park. As a matter of fact, fuck what I say. Let's go. Let's do the research. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the research. So we're gonna go to park factors, and I'll pull up the graphic that can kind of show what we got. Let's see. All right, park factor. We go to let's go to Comerica, Detroit. It's a fairly neutral joint. Okay. For every 100 runs, produced around the league, 103 runs here. For every 96 homers for every 100 homers for 99. So it's not a hitter's park. You know what I mean? It's not like a spot where, oh my God, the ball's gonna get up out of there. You know what I mean? It's not a hitter's park. The park factor is fairly neutral. So, but definitely looking at some Detroit guys and Jordan Zimmerman for the cheap. I'm gonna highlight that. I'm gonna do it. All right. Next game we got is gonna be the Philadelphia Phillies going to Miami to take on the Marlins. I always love to attack the Miami Marlins. I just like to do that. So I'm gonna highlight Jake Arrieta. This dude has been pitching very well over the first few starts of the season. 18, 37, 11.6, 12, 29.6. Yo, he's got the stuff. Yo, Arrieta has been doing well. So I am definitely gonna give him a look today. Dan Straley. Let's take a look at this. Let's be clear. We need to be clear. Miami and Philadelphia. Let's see what we got. Okay. Straley is starting. Envious one. What's up, big homie? Yeah, Straley is starting. So, Jake Arrieta is a guy that's in play for me. I love to attack Miami. This is a major pitcher's park. I'm going to show you where the park factor has them at. Right here, Marlins Park has an 86 park factor, minus 86. That means this is an extreme pitcher's park. So we should be good there. Hoskins has BVP. Okay. Let's take a look. Have a look. Versus Dan Straley. Oh my, 25, 28, 16. That's pretty decent. And we'll take a closer look when we jump inside the VIP as well. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Next game we got is gonna be a really good one, I think. We got Minute Maid Park, Houston Astros at the crib. We've got the New York Yankees, Sonny Gray at 6.9, Charlie Morton at 10.5. I would think that you could look at Sonny Gray here, but I'm really not fucking with it. I want to play either pitcher here. I know Charlie Morton has been somewhat on fire to start the season, but there's a couple of guys, man, that I think can get to Charlie Morton here. Altuve is a guy that really jumps out to me against Sonny Gray. We know the BVP there is huge. For me, it'll be some bats. It'll be bats in this game. Sonny Gray can get hit up. At 6.9, he's very cheap. But Sonny Gray can get hit up. And we've seen a couple of really bad starts from him. 5.9 against Minnesota, -7, -5. If you were to play Sonny Gray today, you're definitely going to be in the minority. I don't want to do that, man. I think Houston's going to be rounding in form pretty soon, and I'm not playing. I don't want to play a pitcher against the Stros, man. Now Martin at 10.5. He's had some pretty good starts. Yeah, man. Houston's sick, man. They have a sick 5-man rotation. Now coming off of that bad start against the Angels, you're looking at all 20+ games before that, 25, 26, 29, 33, like killing it, right? So if you wanted to play Charlie Morton, I get it. I get it. It makes sense. The homie Anthony Johnson says he wants to do more than cash, and that's what a guy like Sonny Gray going out and pitching well will do for you. You see what I'm saying? What he's talking about is the way he plays like a tournament game. Like he's not just trying to win a cash game. He's trying to take some shit down. And the way you do that is you play the least popular, least common guy and he goes off, and that definitely does help you. So shout out to the big homie, man, for going out and having that tournament attitude, one that I feel like I've helped cultivate with what we do in the sweatshop, man. That's how we get it in. So next game we got is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays and the Minnesota Twins. We got Aaron Sanchez, Lance Lynn. Oh, let's go back. No, let's go back because I want to look at this. I want to take a look at the Astros at the crib. Even back to Philadelphia. Philadelphia on the road versus righty. Let's go look at this. I feel like I'm cheating you out of the information. Okay, we gotta look at this. All right, Philadelphia, bottom half of the league, man, 28.1% K rate, 109 ISO with a 287 WOBA. That is not very good at all. Then we look at Miami at the crib versus righties over the since the start of the season. They're not last in the league. 22% K rate, 0.084 ISO with a 283 WOBA. That is horrible. Then we look at the Yankees and Houston. We got Houston at home against righties over the last few. Moving up, 24.6% K rate, 144 ISO with a 315 WOBA. And of course, on the road versus righties, my New York Yankees have been tearing the cover off of the ball. Only a 20.5% K rate, a 208 ISO with a 328 WOBA. So I can mark down the Yanks as a potential stack option. Okay. So now Toronto and Minnesota, Lance Lynn 6.2, Aaron Sanchez 6.5. We get the Blue Jays away from Rogers Stadium in Minnesota, which I can show you. I think it's pretty much a neutral park. I wouldn't say it's yeah, man. They're 18th in the league in park factors, minus 96. So it's pretty much a neutral park. It's not like a major hitter or pitcher joint either way. So Aaron Sanchez 6'5", Lynn 6'2". Don't love either of these cats. I really don't. But we do have 14 mile per hour wind at target field going out toward left field. That could help some of the lefty power bats here. Guys like Smoke and Solarte, Joe Mauer, Eddie Rosario, Max Kepler. It could help those guys. For me, I would look to Minnesota, play some lefty power. We're looking at them at the crib versus righties over the last few. And 21.4% K rate, 158 ISO with a 319 WOBA. That's not bad for them. Then we're also going to take a look at Toronto on the road versus righties. And you get them away from the Rogers Center, man. It's a completely different team. 23.8% K rate, 143 ISO with a 294 WOBA. And Lance Lynn just got hit the fuck up. Like, Lance Lynn got destroyed. Yeah, man. Okay, minus 17. I remember that start. Minus 3 against the Yankees. So you could take or leave him. Then we've got the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. This should be a good game. People always think to play Zach Greinke against the Dodgers. I mean, or just period. But he just hasn't had very great success against the Dodgers, man. Or a lot of the Dodgers have had great success against him. Okay, so 20 at 11.3, 7, 22, 23, 20, 1.45. A couple of the Dodgers have been hitting them well. Like Corey Seager hits well against them. I think Matt Kemp has a solid BVP. Possibly Cody Bellinger, I believe. I want to look at Greinke at home. Greinke at home. 19, 15, 7, -9, -7. He's a better pitcher on the road. Game stack, Arizona, LA Dodgers, lefties. Okay. Arizona lefties and Dodgers lefties. Okay. Okay. So, Ross Stripling is 4K. I'm not playing no fucking Ross Stripling. I'm not doing that. Let's look at Arizona at home against righties. Where's Jake Lamb? This is one of the worst teams in the league at the crib against right-handed pitching. 27.2% K rate, 107 ISO, 296 WOBA. Okay. Now, check this out. This is an example of what we're talking about. If I told you that hey man, you should play this pitcher. He's pitching against this team, and the team, he's not very good. He's not a great pitcher, but this team that he's pitching against has a 27.2% K rate in the situation that he allows them. They only have a 107 ISO and a 269 WOBA. They're like the second to last team in the league in this situation. Would you play that pitcher? Probably, but I'm telling you, don't. I would rather play a good pitcher in a bad matchup than a bad pitcher in this awesome ass matchup against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Because guess what? If you fuck around and you play Ross Stripling if you want to, they're gonna tattoo the shit out of him. Okay, they're gonna crush him. So I would not play Ross Stripling. I would not play Ross Stripling. So like we said, we're looking at some of the lefty power on both sides. I would not play Ross Stripling. Do not do that. I wouldn't do that. All right, and the last game on the slate is going to be the San Diego Padres and the San Francisco Giants. Jeff Samardzija at 8.7 is a guy that I do like. Now, we got 14 mile per hour wind, but Jeff Samardzija, he rarely gets blown up. Like, he rarely gets blown up. Well, he just did against Washington, I'm sorry. -4. But look how solid the numbers have been. You know, look, he's staying like, 19, 17, that 4, 22, 7, 29, 37, 4, like he's a solid pitcher. Like, he rarely gets blown up. And against the Padres, a team that can struggle on the road versus righties, let's take a look at what they've been doing. I would not have an issue. Here we go. 30.5% K rate. This team strikes out 30% of the time in this situation. A 116 ISO, 289 WOBA. Easy look goes to Jeff Samardzija, who is undoubtedly in the best tournament situation on the slate because it's the last game. A lot of people are probably not going to want to play him. I think he's going to easily, without a hitch, get you really close to 20 points, 18, 19 maybe. Could go for more. Definitely like Samardzija here. And they're at home in the best hitters park, the best pitchers park in the league. Okay? Look at that. AT&T Park, man. The worst spot for hitters, best place for pitchers. You said the favorite stack of the day. I don't know yet, baby. I can't tell you what my favorite stack is of the day until the actual batting orders come out. I mean, we can tell you what the data says. The data says Boston. The numbers say Boston right now until we figure out exactly what's going to happen in terms of the batting orders. But once the batting orders come out, then we can jump in it, man. We can jump in it, man. Mo, what's up? Been a while since I saw you too. Yeah, man. What's happening, bro? Good to see you, fam. So we got Jeff Samardzija. No Eric Lauer. I'm not fucking with that. Even though, well, look at San Fran at home against lefties. Let's take a look at that. San Fran at home. They're not bad. 23.3% K rate, 139 ISO, 138 ISO, excuse me, with a 307 WOBA. So that's going to put a couple of those guys in play for me, too, from San Francisco Giants on the batting side. But 14 mile per hour wind, yeah, I can jump on that. So this is going to be a really solid 10-game slate, man. I'm really feeling it. I'm liking it. The pitchers that I'm looking at today, guys, that I'm going to be on. Jake Arrieta, the highest pitcher, of course, at 10.9. You got Jeff Samardzija in the mid-grade with Tanner Roark, and of course Jordan Zimmerman. So I got my shit narrowed down to 4 pitchers already. Damn, I got my shit narrowed down to 4 pitchers already, and that's what I want to do. I want to get 4 pitchers. So I got Arrieta, Samardzija, Tanner Roark, and for the cheap, Jordan Zimmerman. And stacks that I'm looking at that I've kind of got my eye on. Okay, Boston, Detroit. I got my eye on the Yankees some. I'm looking a little bit at Arizona. Because I kind of do like Arizona there. I'm looking at the Cincinnati Milwaukee game, the kind of game stack some. But Detroit, the Yankees, and Boston are really jumping out to me. Now I want to find out who is the chalk pitcher today. I want to find out who is the pitcher everybody's got to have. And I'm going to go out and listen to some stuff and see what's going on around the industry, find out who that pitcher is, and I'm going to find a way to either ride the wave with everybody or go against the grain and win me some money and win me some tournaments. So big shout out to everybody that enjoyed the stream, man. Thank you all so much for attending. I will see those of you that know where to go. I will see you today at 5:30 inside of the Line Drive at 5, where we will definitely chop shit up and break shit down. He said, "Do I have any interest in Eduardo Rodriguez?" I have light interest in him. Light interest in him. I want to see. I hope he's like the chart. I hope everybody likes him. I hope some people are like out there saying, "Oh man, we gotta get some Rodriguez," because if that's the case, I'm gonna load up on some Kansas City bats. You know what I mean? Like I really hope that everybody likes Eduardo Rodriguez. So I'm gonna listen to some other shit and see who everybody else is being told to play, and then I'm gonna work accordingly. So thank you all for attending today's stream. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest, and let us always keep it 300. Peace. We out.